Hello, my friends. So, I want to share something interesting with you. And this morning, I had to be at a panel discussion with a number of scientists and also Sadhguru, who was at the conference on science, spirituality, and social implications about a deeper understanding of reality. So, this morning, when I woke up, I decided to create a chart which discusses the similarities between insights from science and also from spirituality. But then I did another chart on the differences, where they agree, where they disagree. So, what I thought I'd share with you today is the differences between the insights of science and spirituality. And then I do another video on the similarities. I thought I'd share, since I put some work into it, I might as well share it with you as well, since you're not at the conference. Okay, so here are the major differences, okay? In science, the assumption is you have to start somewhere, okay? So in science, the basic assumption is matter is the ontological primitive of existence. In other words, everything that exists is matter and everything else is byproduct of matter. On the other hand, in spirituality, Eastern spirituality, as in Advaita Vedanta and Kashmir Shaivism, consciousness is the starting point of existence. So in science, matter comes first. In spirituality, consciousness comes first. In science, there's always subject-object split. You know, the subject and object, two different things. Okay. In spirituality, subject and object are entangled appearances of a deeper reality, which is, of course, awareness or consciousness. In science, matter produces mind, although there's no explanation of how atoms, molecules, and force fields learned how to think. But anyway, that is called the hard problem of consciousness that science is still addressing. But in any case, matter comes first and mind is somehow created from matter by the brain or whatever. In spirituality, mind and matter, which means brain, body, and world, which are matter. So mind and matter, brain, body, and world, are complementary activities of awareness or consciousness. I'm using awareness and consciousness synonymously right now. So it is awareness or consciousness that modifies itself as cognition, which we call mind, and perception, which we call matter, including the perception of our own body. Number 4, in science, reality is observer independent. Observe. First of all, you can't prove that, although these days, at least in insights from relativity and quantum mechanics, suggest that reality could be observer dependent. So there's a little controversy about that. But in spirituality, that which we call reality includes the observer. Observer is an expression of the reality being observed and vice versa. So observer and observed are entangled. Number 5, in science, the picture or perception of the world is the human look of it. In spirituality, the picture of the world corresponds to the biological organism that goes with it or is entangled with it. The biological organism and its corresponding world, picture, perception are complementarities. This view is sometimes called biocentrism. And then number 6, in science, at least mainstream science, local realism reigns, or is the fundamental basis, which means the theater of space-time and causality is real. In spirituality, the theater of space-time and causality is an illusion, a simulation of non-local awareness, otherwise referred to as Maya. So tell me what you think of these points. I did try to make them at the panel, but the panel was many people with many opinions and not so easy to get all the points across. But let me know what you think about this discussion about the differences between science and spirituality.